What's up, everybody? Only the third ever Monday Night Live here on YouTube. Waiting on some people to get on here so we can hang out for a little while before we all go our separate ways. Hey, Will, thanks, man. Yeah, got hit 40K last week sometime. I don't remember what day it was. Hit 40K. And hey, Charlie from the UK. Yeah, I hit 40K last week, and 50K is a big one for me. It's not the end, obviously. I'm gonna keep on going as far as I can, but I am absolutely wanting to get to 50K. I'm just over a month away from my 1 year anniversary of making videos here on YouTube. I'd like to get to at least close to 50K by then. I'm over 41K right now. Just kind of heading on up the ladder. I will be honest with you. The subs kind of died down there for a little bit. Not completely. They just went down a little bit for the last week, but they've kind of caught back up now. Will, man, I know. In case you don't know, Will's talking about my Titans. Got eliminated from the playoffs yesterday by the Ravens. Tough thing. But, you know, it happens. Yes, Nia. The Lakers championship shirt. Now that football's over, my full concentration will go to basketball, cheering for the Lakers. But yeah, my football team lost yesterday. Never fun. Mostly because, I hope you guys can hear me good. Mostly because throughout all the tough year in 2020 and the madness continuing into 2021, my Titans were a great distraction for me, something to look forward to every weekend. So I really hate that they are done until September, but only one team can win the whole thing. So, yeah, Will, the Browns did win. That was unbelievable. I couldn't believe how badly they whooped up on the Steelers. That was crazy. Nova Scotia. Wow. Watching from Nova Scotia, Canada. Thank you for joining me tonight. Figured I'd get on here for a little while. This is my third Monday in a row to be on here live. And I'm actually getting ready to go watch the college football championship game, which is tonight. Alabama and Ohio State. That starts here in a couple hours, so whenever I get done with this, I'll go watch that. Sad that that'll be the final college football game. Will's test came back positive. His only symptoms were... So are you not positive anymore, Will? Are you over the COVID now? Hope so. The Browns game was nice. Will is pulling for Ohio State tonight. Tell you what, they looked good a few weeks ago against Clemson. I guarantee you that, or last week or whenever that was. It all runs together. Anyway, thank you guys for hopping on here with me tonight for the Monday Night Live. Glad you guys could get on here, and as people keep coming on, I just wanted to get on tonight and talk about I did indeed surpass 40,000 subs here on YouTube. That was a tremendous thing. I say it a lot. I would have never dreamed that I would get there that quickly. Less than a year. Over 41,000 now. So I'm very grateful to everybody that watches and subscribes and cares to, watch my videos. And that's good, Will. He's still in quarantine, but he feels good. That's good. Yeah, crazy. This has been one of the good things to come out of this last crazy year for me is this channel and being able to spend some time with you guys virtually every day. That's been a cool thing throughout this craziness that has been 2020 and now 2021. But how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe and, doing the things you need to do to stay safe. Shout out from the Philippines. Wow. Thank you for watching in the Philippines. Got a lot of people, as I look at the analytics of my channel, got a lot of people that watch from the Philippines. And so I appreciate you guys that watch over there in the Philippines, man. That's crazy. I appreciate that, Will. We talked about that last week on the live. We talked about things that have gotten us through the pandemic and all the craziness going on in the world. And there was a few people that said my channel had been a source of comfort for them. So I definitely appreciate you guys saying that. And be sure to like this video, by the way. If you're watching my live, please click the like button. This currently says only 2 of you have clicked the like button. What gives? More of you. Come on. Click the like button. Would really appreciate that if you would. It only takes like half a second to do that. But anyway, hope you guys have had a good week. It's very cold where I am. Even got a little bit of snow this morning, even though we never get snow. Got a little bit of snow today. Joey from Texas. Hey, man. Glad you could be on here. Will. It seems like a month ago you were approaching 10. Yes. It does feel like just yesterday. Randy, I think you're... I don't know if you're trying to troll me or not, but it's hard to troll people when you can't spell the word ridiculous. John says hello from Maine. Hey, John from Maine. That's amazing. I've never been to Maine before. Maybe after COVID ends, I can go take a trip to Maine. What's there to do in Maine, John? What is there to do in Maine? A couple more of you have liked the video. Make sure to like the video. Like I said, it's really cold where I am. Snowed this morning a little bit, and that's a big deal around here. It doesn't ever snow. It does not ever snow here. So, vacation land. They have lobsters in Maine. Okay. Cool. Cool. Really cold. Yeah, I know it gets really cold there. I feel like it's cold everywhere right now. What do you guys think about... I'm more of a cold weather person myself. I like... we actually just came out of my favorite time of the year. From pretty much mid-August... Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Randy. I got an attitude with Randy a little bit because I thought he was trying to troll me. And he was trying to... I feel so bad, Randy. Oh my gosh, I love you, Randy. Randy was trying to say this is ridiculous, and he misspelled it, so I gave him a hard time because I thought he was trying to troll me. I thought he was trying to say my video was ridiculous, but he just misspelled the word, and he was actually trying to compliment me. I love you, Randy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Randy. I get a lot of trolls sometime on my YouTube videos, and so I thought that I had a troll on here. Love you, Randy. Cold-hearted 15, there you are. Your cold-heartedness has rubbed off on me here on the channel, and now I am getting mad at people that are trying to be nice to me. I feel awful right now. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can tell. I absolutely feel terrible. Randy Random. You are the best person I know, Randy. Bye, Dan. That's classic. You know, That whole "Buy Dan" thing that happened months and months ago, people thought that I was trying to make a. People that didn't know the story thought it had something to do with American politics because our next president's name is Biden, and they thought that Biden was, you know, Randy. Oh my gosh. Randy says it's educational to watch my videos. It helps learn English by listening. Well, Randy, sorry about that. Unleash your inner angsty teen, Brad. Cold-hearted 15. I'll tell you what, man. I was listening earlier to the old alternative rock early 2000s playlist, and I could just feel it coming on. I could just feel it. Listening to Under Oath and bands like that just took me back. Took me back. I just got to let it loose. I got to let it loose. I got to channel that angsty teen side. For real, Randy. If you weren't trying to troll me, I'm very sorry. What's up from Utah? Hello. Good to have you on here. I don't even remember what I was talking about before I got into all that. I was talking about what? Oh yeah, we're just coming out of my favorite time of the year, from about the end of August until beginning of January. That's my favorite time. I love the fall, love the winter, love that time of year. And now it's like just ended, so I'm just kind of bummed. This is like the period of the year where I'm like, okay, well now what? Because I was so like excited for the holidays and for football, and now at least my football team is done. Simon from France. Hello, Simon. Will, tonight, I got to go with Alabama tonight, man. I don't know. They just... I seldomly ever pick against Alabama because they don't lose very often. They win most of the time. Hey, guys, don't forget to like the post. Don't forget to like this video that you're watching right now. More of you have liked it, but we need more of you. More and more and more to like the video. Yeah, Cold-Hearted 15. That was a great era of music. Who was the band that sang Going Down, Down, and Around? That Fall Out Boy? Now I got to look it up. You know what? I'm going to pull up that playlist right now and look through some of those songs. Am I more than you bargained for? Yeah. Yeah, well, I think Ohio State's, very talented, but, Alabama is just hard to beat. Here we go. Let's just go to this. Fall Out Boy, yes. Floyd. My family was at your family's church in the 80s. Wow. I was not born yet, but I'm sure, I hope they did a good job when they were there. Floyd, where are you from, Floyd? I think everyone is like, now what? The state of the world isn't helping much. That song, I'm looking through how about this? Appreciate that, Simon. When I was a young boy. I don't know if you can hear it playing it on my phone in the background. Going through this playlist on Spotify because Cold-Hearted 15 and I were going through our angsty teen phase. Yeah. I waited till 11. That song's gotten big here lately. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. Paramore. Yes, I love Paramore. Paramore takes me back, man. Takes me back to high school. My Chemical Romance. Yes. Cool, Floyd. That's awesome. The 80s. I was born in 93, so I was not around yet. But like I said, I'm glad they did a good job. I hear you, Randy. Want to learn to sing bass. I'm not much of a bass myself. People think I am because my voice sounds deep, but I don't have much range on the low end. Baritone. Will, how's the future wife doing? She's doing good. She actually had to quarantine because she had two coworkers test positive for COVID. So she's been quarantining since last Tuesday, and she still has no symptoms. It's been a week. She still has no symptoms. So I feel pretty good about her not having COVID. But, you got to be safe, and people sometimes do develop symptoms even after a week. But I'm hoping that, she continues on with no symptoms. Like I said, tomorrow will be a week. She hasn't had any symptoms, but she does have to quarantine because, like I said, two of her coworkers tested positive. She is on paid leave, so she's getting paid to sit at home, and as long as you don't develop any symptoms, that's fine. Shania lover? Wait a minute. She wants to know where's Emily. I was just saying she's in quarantine right now because a couple of coworkers were tested positive. But let's talk about your name though, Shania lover. You talking about Shania Twain? You talking about? Appreciate that, Will. She is doing well, cold hearted. She's doing well. Like I said, still doesn't have any symptoms. So if she doesn't develop any over the next few days, she's probably in the clear. But I mean, we got Shania lover. This song's for you. Shania Twain. Good Lord, I grew up loving that era of country music. Floyd, appreciate that, man. God bless you. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I had a very, and still continue to have a very eclectic taste in music as far as, what I listen to when I'm just driving down the road and stuff. Oh my gosh! So your name is Shania. Wow, appreciate that, Brendan. God bless you. Nirvana created the word jam. Yeah, I had a very eclectic taste in music as a kid, and then as a teen, and then even today. And now having this channel has even broadened my horizons because I never heard of anybody like Dimash, Marcelito, Pomoy, Morissette. I'd never heard of any of them until this channel. Amber says quarantining is awful. Honestly, the most stressful week ever. Did that 2 months ago myself. I hear you, Amber. I haven't had to quarantine yet, but having Emily having to quarantine due to possible exposure is stressful because, you can't ever tell, and even without quarantining, you're constantly like, is my throat sore? You're constantly thinking, is my throat sore right now, or does it always feel that way? Does my head hurt? Do I have a fever? I feel a little warm. Could I have a fever? It's just constant paranoia sometimes, It's just, you sit there and you're like, does my stomach hurt, or did I just eat too much Mexican food earlier? Floyd, you talking about the band, the Eagles? Because they are fantastic. Love the Eagles. Love the Eagles. Love that era of music as well. Take it easy. But yeah, it's. I'm one of those people. I can't. I'm always like, if I cough twice, then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm coughing. It must mean I have COVID. I'll tell you what, cold-hearted 15. We're gonna turn you around. We're gonna make you warm-hearted. Yeah, Will has tested positive for COVID. He hasn't had any breathing issues or fever or any of the major symptoms. That's great. Vince Gill. Yes. Love Vince Gill. Used to listen to Vince Gill all the time. Go rest high on that mountain. Many a people have had that song played at their funeral, and that song's very important to a lot of people. So that's Probably his most iconic song. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Shania. Not just with COVID, but with anything, it's always in study and health. You probably can back me up on this. Looking up symptoms is just a dangerous thing to do. Getting on Google and Googling symptoms will send you into a full-fledged panic sometimes, because Google will be like, well, you could just have a cold, but man, you could be dying with, all this other stuff. I mean, it's crazy. Michael had, I'm assuming you're talking about Go Rest High on That Mountain. Yeah, had that played at your wife's funeral. Very sorry to hear about that, Michael. I know that song must be very special to you. Jenny loves Home Free's cover of Go Rest High on That Mountain. Yeah, I listened to that. I had that on the channel way back toward the beginning. Beautiful, beautiful rendition of that song. Will grew up on Alabama and the Oak Ridge Boys and the legend Kenny Rogers. Yes, same. A little Elvira. Giddy up, papa, papa. I don't know what I would do if Cold Hearted 15 came on here and he was Warm Hearted 16 or something like that. I don't. Did you put 15 in the name because you were 15 at the time you made the account, Cold Hearted? That's what I want to know. Yes, Floyd, I had that on the channel too. Home Free and the Oak Ridge Boys together singing Elvira. That's one of my favorite Home Free arrangements ever. That was a lot of fun. And then they collabed with the Oak Ridge Boys again recently for Beautiful Star of Bethlehem, the Christmas song. I reacted to that a couple of weeks ago. I started doing in like June of 2020. I started doing Christmas Sundays where I would just listen to Christmas arrangements by a cappella groups or even soloists and stuff, and people really liked that. And then it got to like actual Christmas time, and it really was doing well. But then Christmas ended, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break from Christmas Sunday for a little bit. But if people enjoy Christmas Sunday, that'll come back eventually. I enjoy doing Christmas Sunday. I'm a Christmas lover, so. Hello from Australia. Wow. Thank you for watching from Australia. My song to my wife at our wedding was Forever's As Far As I'll Go by Alabama. That's a classic. That's a classic. Forever's As Far As I'll Go. $15. So when you made the account. Forever's As Far As I'll Go. Beautiful. Beautiful song. Yeah, we were talking earlier about that angsty teen phase. It was a weird, I don't know how old you are now, Cold Hearted. 15. But, when I was in high school, it was the late 2000s, early 2010s. And, yeah, man, that was like the music that everybody liked at that time. Even if you weren't, they called them emo, but even if you weren't, you still listened to those bands. And now they don't seem as big anymore these days. Brendan is on the Bradical channel for life. Brother. Love it. You recognize this, Cold Hearted 15, a little Boys Like Girls, The Great Escape. Man, what happened to these bands? Like, are they still making music? I hope so. This was Monday night live, third week in a row, celebrating, jumping over the 40,000 subs mark, 41,000 right now, and really want to get to 50,000. It's a little over a year, or a little over a month until I celebrate a year of being on YouTube here making videos. Edward, hello, congrats on the 41K subs. I appreciate that. It's a little over a month until I celebrate a year of making videos here on YouTube, and I'd love to be kind of close to 50K by then. That would be incredible. So we'll see what happens, but I definitely appreciate you guys doing that. Or if you're watching, can you even see this if you're not subbed? I don't know. 22 years young now. Yes. Okay. Good stuff. I'm a little older than you, cold-hearted. 100K, Will, that seems a long way away, but you know what? 41K seemed a long way away not too long ago, so we'll see. I hope the channel continues to grow, and I mentioned this last week. I made a community post about that. Adrian, you ain't got to worry about that. I'll just go ahead and tell you. You ain't got to worry about that. This is a politics-free channel. We just love people here on the Bradical bandwagon. But I mentioned last week on the live stream, made a community post about it. I want to start a podcast where I can interview other YouTubers, other reactors, other ultimately, hopefully down the road, people that make music and sing and are musicians. But I wanted to make sure that was something that people would be interested in, and it seems like that is something that there are people out there that would be interested in such a thing. So if so, that might happen later on. Doing a podcast, just kind of, if there's any other channels that you guys watch that you'd like for us to kind of collab and do that podcast together, that'd be great. Gunslinger 7575, really enjoy the channel and your Christian commitment. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, somebody on here said, don't talk politics. Man, I have no interest in that. The way I see it, there's plenty of places where you can go and get talks about politics. My channel ain't got to be one of them, so you can rest assured. No need. David, favorite David Phelps song, man, I don't know. I just know that his rendition of Oh Holy Night that I reacted to Christmas Eve, gosh, I mean, good luck. Good luck finding anybody singing a song better than that, because that was something else. Yeah, cold-hearted, I know. A lot of the groups kind of ran into some various amounts of trouble along the way, so they're kind of not, especially now with COVID, and a lot of bands have kind of had to do something else because they can't perform anywhere. Weird but awesome name. I don't know who has an awesome name. What is your biggest sports disappointment of all time? Me personally, yesterday. No, if you're talking about me personally, my biggest sports disappointment of all time. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, it's probably something for me personally. It'd be something to do with the Titans, I'm sure. As far as in general, if you're talking about like sports people that I thought were going to be good but weren't, or athletes that I thought was going to be good but weren't. Oh, okay. In terms of teams I pull for, I mean, in terms of the Titans, which is my number one team in any league, yesterday really was pretty bad. Yesterday was, I mean, maybe I'm just caught up in the moment, but yesterday would probably rank up there. But there's been other times that they made the playoffs and blew it. The Lakers for the last decade until this past year were pretty bad. I do agree with that. Cold Hearted. Panic at the Disco is still going strong. They're actually probably more. They're bigger now than they were back in the day. But yeah, that's what I love about the Monday Night Live, man. We cover a bunch of different topics here. We talk about sports, we talk about music. Shania, I've not heard So Hyung sing "Oh Holy Night." I've only heard 2 songs by her, and we'll have more soon. But I will definitely check that out. Not a bad season for the Titans, by the way. Raider Nation. I'll tell you what, feel bad for how the Raiders ended their season. I thought the Raiders were going to be a playoff team. They kind of had a disastrous ending to the season. And as far as not being a bad season for the Titans, it depends on which way you look at it. I mean, having the record they did and winning their division, you would have thought they could have made a run at the playoffs, but was not meant to be. 4th and 2, trailing in Ravens territory. Titans should have went for it. You're not going to get an argument from me. They should have. Absolutely should have went for it. John, huge Patriot fan here from Maine. What a rare bad year to be a Patriots fan, man. You guys have had like 2 decades of just being great. Ethan wants to say that I make his day every day. My videos make him smile and forget everything going on in his life. Ethan, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hang in there, whatever's going on. John, hopefully they'll come back. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Patriots. Packers all the way. Packers are going to be tough to beat. Thanks for Mariota. Maybe you guys can do something with him. I would love, because my 2 main passions is music and then sports. And I love to talk sports and all that. Maybe I wish I could start like another channel where those of us on here who love to talk sports could just do that. Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Good luck beating them, everybody, because they are good. Appreciate that, John. John, they were so good and then went left. If you're still talking about the Patriots, yeah. Cold-hearted 15. Sadly, American sports are not more popular here in Ireland. I didn't know you were in Ireland, Cold-hearted 15. I'm a big fan of the NBA. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's cool. I'm a big fan of the NBA. Team to watch out in 2021 are the Redskins if they can add more studs to that lineup. Well, the Redskins don't exist anymore. They are the Washington football team. But, yeah, the Washington, that dude that played quarterback for them the other night was surprisingly really good. So maybe he'll be the starter for them going forward. Anyway, listen to the riffs and runs on sports games. That would be a nice combination. Oh, man. Anyway, speaking of sports, like I said, I'm getting ready to watch the college football championship game tonight. But as always, I don't know anything about Irish sports. I don't. One thing I will say, didn't have any uploads today, but we'll be back tomorrow with a couple of reaction videos. Actually, I'm going to try to put up a video later in the week of, I've talked about mine and my family. We sing gospel music, and we actually lead at a church, Redeeming Grace Church. And our church has had to go online for much of the year. So we had to do online services and stuff. And I thought about taking some of our songs that we sing online and putting some of them here on the channel, if that's something you guys would be into. So I may have some of that later in the week. UFC unboxing, I've hit or miss. I mean, I'm not too big into UFC unboxing. As unbelievable as it is, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan, professional wrestling. As crazy as that is, I know that is not the same thing at all, but big wrestling fan. Problem with the Raiders this year was so many top players injured or sick. Yeah, they did have a lot of injuries and stuff with COVID. They're next year will be an important year for them. I probably would, cold-hearted 15. Probably would. But anyway, yeah, gonna have a couple reaction videos going up tomorrow. Gonna have maybe some videos of singing later in the week. Yeah, yeah, I understand that about the churches that have gone online. Uh, it's tough, man. It's tough. Just seen your Dirty Loops reaction, man. Dirty Loops is one of the best bands out there. They're one of the best. But yeah, it's been a weird year for churches because, you know, trying to be safe. And Ethan, I was telling him earlier, she was exposed. She had 2 coworkers test positive for COVID, so she had to quarantine since tomorrow will be a week that she has been quarantined due to possible exposure. Still has no symptoms, so hopefully if she can go a few more days with no symptoms, she'll be in the clear from that. But yeah, so she's been in quarantine for a week and trying not to go crazy being in quarantine. Cold-hearted 15. Gonna go hit the hay, and once that tires me out, I'll go to sleep. Yeah, man, cold-hearted 15. Try not to be too angsty. Try not to be too on edge. You know. Appreciate that. Yeah, Ethan, appreciate it. She's doing well. Just like I said, try not to go crazy, being confined to the house for the last week. And like I said, tomorrow will be a week since she was exposed. She still has no symptoms. So hopefully, like I said, if she can go a few more days with no symptoms, and then she can, you know, go somewhere. But not anywhere with people. Obviously, we don't go to big gatherings or anything like that. You know what I mean? Maybe go for a drive or something like that. Thomas was quarantined for a month. Yeah, it's crazy. Been tested more times than you can count from exposure at work. Have the rapid test. Yeah. That's good that you don't have to quarantine, but you know, I'm just ready for all this mess to be over. I'm so ready for it to be over. I saw today that Dr. Anthony Fauci said that he, Cold-Hearted 15, put me singing his name. That's awesome. That is awesome. I got a friend who's got a Twitch channel. He plays video games on there. What was I saying? Oh, Dr. Anthony Fauci said that if the vaccine distribution goes well here in America, we could have concerts by the fall again. So, Thomas, we've been talking about that, man. Bad day. It was a bad day yesterday for them. They just fell apart. Couldn't move the ball. I could give it to the Ravens. They played unbelievable. They were ready for that game after what happened to them last year at the hands of the Titans. They were not going to lose, I don't think, yesterday. So, tough day. Always a tough day when your team's season ends because you don't even get to come back the next week and make up for it. You got to just sit around and wait for like 7 months until they get to try to redeem themselves. You try to keep it on a somber note. I get mad about it. Any tips on how to improve / find my comfortable singing voice? Just keep working at it. I mean, that sounds like the most cliche, horrible advice ever, but keep working on it. And when it starts to feel uncomfortable, stop. That's where you stop. Then you find that area where you have a comfortable range and just work and work and work and maybe get voice lessons. Lamar just doesn't know how to slide. I've been following him since college. Listen, you don't even get me started on Lamar. Don't even get me started. He will never win a title. He will never win a Super Bowl. He will never win a championship. He is literally a running back playing quarterback, and he will never be on the level of Mahomes. He will never be on the level of Deshaun Watson. He will never be a top-tier quarterback because he's one big hit away from. Oh, I didn't mean to get into all this. I'm sorry. He is one big hit away from being RG3, which is ironic because RG3 is his backup. Ravens do have a tough matchup, and I hope the Bills beat them by 50. You're getting the second Pfizer vaccine tomorrow, hoping for the best. Heard the second shot is worse than the first, but hoping everybody can get vaccinated soon. Yeah, best of luck. I know a lot of people that have gotten the first shot, and they're waiting to get the second one, and some people that have had some mostly mild symptoms from the first one, and we're seeing more people talk about the side effects of the second one. I hope that your symptoms will be mild. Yeah, Will, let me tell you something. You take away that dude's ability to run, he's not even in the upper half. I've learned that you can train your core to go higher, but you have to hope that your awareness is big enough to go low. Yeah, unless you're Jeff Castellucci, and then you just do whatever, and you can just do it all. No biggie. We're just going back and forth here. If you're just joining us, this is the Monday Night Live. We talk about everything here. We talk about music. We talk about singing. We talk about how we're doing. We talk about sports. We talk about all of it. Oh man, that means more to me than you know, Rachel. Rachel says, as a healthcare worker, your videos have kept me going through these trying times. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you. So you keep up the awesome work. I'm just making videos. You're on the front lines helping people, so God bless you. Ethan, any more home free videos coming out soon? Yes. Yeah, I actually took a little bit of a break from home free just because I went through there I make this plug every week. If you're looking for something to binge watch on YouTube, you can go, and I went through their entire Warmest Winter Christmas album track by track, and you can just go watch all those videos in a row. I did all that, and then now I'm just trying to, include some other artists because I had a lot of home free stuff on the channel, and so I'm kind of including some other artists in there. But yes, there will be some more home free videos. Joyce, good morning. Well, where you at, Joyce? Because it's nearly 6 o'clock at night here. Go to movies. Emily may not like, but it is your go-to. What movie? They just released the Warmest Winter video. Okay. Yeah. The warmest. You talking about the Warmest Winter or the Winter Song? Warmest Winter I reacted to on a family. I don't know if any of you watch King Family Reacts. Dennis over there and his boys, they do a lot of home free stuff, and we watched Warmest Winter together on his channel, so you can go check that out. And then I had a video with him on my channel. Yes, Thomas, new PTX in a month. Can't wait for that. I don't think I have, Gabriel. I don't know how I missed Jeff's Melikaliki Maka. Joyce, it drives me crazy. Some of them get claimed. Some of my videos get copyright claimed. I've only had a few get blocked. I don't have many get blocked. I used to, when I watched, yeah, Thomas, Dennis is great. I used to watch the videos and never pause them or anything. I would save my thoughts on the song until the song was over. But then I started getting videos blocked. So now that's why I give my thoughts during the song. I'll pause the song to give thoughts on a certain section. And a lot of people, that aggravates them. And I get some flack for, why do you pause it so much? Why don't you just let the song finish? Well, because then my video will get blocked a lot of times. And even with all the pauses, it still gets claimed. So I can still upload stuff, but it gets copyrighted. So, I don't know. What are you going to do? But a lot of people don't understand. They're like, why do you pause it all the time? I'm like, well, because If I don't pause it, I can't upload anything because it'll get blocked. And even with the pauses, sometimes some videos still get blocked. It doesn't happen much, but it does happen sometimes. Drives me crazy. I was going to be honest with you. Drives me crazy. Anyway, there's a little rant for you. I've ranted on two things here tonight. I've ranted on Lamar Jackson and copyright claims. Well, I don't know. Thomas, I started doing it just to be safe, because it just aggravates me when I film something and I edit it together and then I upload it and then it tells me it's blocked. Just absolutely makes my blood boil when that happens. So, yeah. Amber loves it when I pause it. That's what I'm talking about, Amber. Amber loves it when I pause and talk in the moment because she's here for me and my... I'm going to rant on something. This is my third rant of the live stream. I cannot stand when people comment on a reaction video and they're like, why are you taking attention away from the video? Why are you doing all these, first of all, I'm genuine. So if something like makes me want to like scream or can't believe what I'm hearing, I'm going to react genuinely because it is genuine. And for most of this stuff, for 99.9% of the stuff, it's the first time I'm hearing it. And then I got people commenting like, why do you talk over it, or why do you make noise while the song's going on? If you wanted to just hear the song, just go watch the video of the song. Like, why do you, why watch a reaction video if you'd rather just watch the music video? I mean, this is not... drives me crazy. Like, if I wanted to watch, give me any artist, home free. If I want to go watch a home free video and just watch them, then just go watch them. Like, go click on that video. When you come to my channel, these are some of my favorite comments I've ever gotten. I always delete any super negative comments because I get to have a say in if negativity shows up on my channel, and if I get a say, I'm gonna delete it. But there was a guy that commented. This wasn't Dan. This wasn't the By Dan dude. This is another person that commented and says, "You're an idiot. Why do you make the whole thing about you?" They literally said that. And that's word for word what they said. Why do you make the whole thing about you? And before I deleted their comment, I wrote back and said, because it's my channel. Like, what's the name of the channel? Brad Steele. And I'm not an egotistical guy. I'm not a prideful guy. But the name of the channel is Brad Steele. Who else is it going to be about? Whoopi Goldberg? I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Why are you making it all about you? Because it's my channel. If you want it to be all about the artist, then go to their channel. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't get mad at me. He was getting mad that I was talking about my Patreon and my other videos and talking about, I don't know what I talked about in that video that he commented on. I may have talked about how my week was going or something, but I'm like, it's my channel. You don't get to tell me what to do on my channel. Anyway. Dan, Gabriel, here's the story. Gunslinger. Yes, let the record show. I took the blows and did it my way. Gabriel, here's the story on Dan. This was like months and months ago, probably over the summer. I had a dude, man, I don't even remember what he commented, everybody. His name was Dan, and he commented on one of my videos, and he said, I want to say it was a very short comment. It just said that I was really bad at this and I shouldn't do it anymore, and that my videos were no good. Okay. His name was Dan, so I screenshotted his comment just because I couldn't believe that somebody would just literally get on the internet for no other reason than to just be a jerk. So I screenshot his comment and I deleted his comment, but then I was just like, um, yeah, it was just like saying I sucked and that I needed to quit. And so I didn't lose any sleep over it, but I did think it was the main thing that aggravated me was that, like, here we are in a pandemic, and then here in America we were having, a lot of division and still are, but, at that time there was a lot of division over different issues and a lot of hatred and a lot of just meanness on the internet, and then here comes this dude telling people that they don't even know that they suck and that they should quit doing what they're doing. And so we started doing hashtag buy Dan here on the channel. Hashtag buy Dan. In a way to say bye trolls, bye mean people. We ain't got time for that. If you're going to get on there and be mean, bye. So I had a shirt made of this that hashtag buy Dan. People started commenting on the video. People really supported me in that, and I appreciated that. Hashtag buy Dan. I'm going to put it in the comments now on my own video. Yes. When I hit 75K or 100K subs, you should do a live event with your subs. What do you mean, Gunslinger? You mean like a live stream, or are you talking about like a live event, like in person? Because, I mean, that'd be a possibility if COVID's not still, we done. Is that what it's supposed to say? We done? Hey, Brad, I love What If Jesus. Keep singing. Thank you very much. I have some Buy Dan merch. I have the Buy Dan t-shirt that you can get. Yeah, Gunslinger. I hope COVID's not still a big deal by then. Who knows? It'd be cool, though. I love doing the live streams, though, here on YouTube. Even after COVID is kind of let up and we can get together again, I'd still love to do the live streams. But there is Buy Dan. Yeah, there's Buy Dan merch. The only problem is, I don't talk politics on here. We talked about that earlier. People thought the Buy Dan thing was talking about Biden, like the presidential candidate who's the president-elect here in the United States. He's going to be the president in like 9 days or something. People thought it had something to do with him, and then people thought it had something to do with the other guy. I was like, no, it has nothing to do with politics. Can we stop making everything about politics? Can we stop trying to find a reason why everything has to be about politics? This is about a dude named Dan that was hating on me on YouTube for no reason. And I had a shirt made about it. It don't have nothing to do with Biden or Biden or any of the others. Just Buy Dan. Oh. Not talking about it, Gabriel. He wants to know about the 25th Amendment. Been a lot of talk about the 25th Amendment. We ain't gonna talk about it on here. I guarantee you that. We talked about it earlier, Gabriel. Somebody asked, said that I never talked about politics on the channel. I was like, and I'm not going to. Not going to. If you want to hear about politics, there's a lot of other places to talk about politics. It's exhausting. It's impossible not to just tick everybody off, Google is a good source to learn about the 25th Amendment, yeah. Do you and your GF, that's actually my fiance, not girlfriend, but fiance, ever radically disagree about music? I mean, we listen to different types of music. There are types of music that I listen to that she doesn't. There's types of music that she listens to that I doesn't. Not because we think each other are dumb for wanting to listen to that kind of music. We just, there's some music that she enjoys that I don't care for, and vice versa. But, if I'm riding in her car and she turns on some music that she likes, I don't say anything about it. I'm not going to be like, hey, you're dumb for liking this style of music, you know. But yeah, we have different taste in music. We also love a lot of the same types of music, so that's usually what we listen to in the car and stuff like that. Gabriel, why do people want you to talk about politics? Actually, I want to be fair. The guy that brought it up earlier was saying, he was congratulating me for being at 40,000, and then he wanted to say that he thought I would eventually get to 75K and 100K, and he just said, "Don't talk about politics." So it was nobody. There was nobody on here asking me to talk about politics. There was somebody telling me if I don't, then more people will enjoy the channel, and so that's why we were talking about that earlier. So it wasn't like anybody was begging me to talk about politics, because if they were, I would have to politely tell them no. Yeah, nobody doing that. Music is about feel. Some makes you feel good and others don't. Yeah, and it varies by person. I mean, there's some people that can listen to something and it makes them feel great and they connect with it, and that's awesome. Some people listen to pop music and don't care at all. Nia, let me tell you what you missed. I've been ranting on like four different topics. We talked about sports and I ranted. We talked about, I didn't rant about politics. I ranted about people getting mad that, or wanting me to talk politics on the channel. That was the only element of politics we talked about. We talked about other stuff, yeah. A lot of different, I ranted about Lamar Jackson, if you want, if you want to be precise. I ranted about Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens. Not so much the Ravens, just Lamar Jackson. Billie Eilish's music feels bipolar. No offense to Billie. Would you believe, I don't think I've ever listened to Billie Eilish in my life. I really haven't. They're spamming my comments with talking about Lamar Jackson. That evil, evil man. I don't have a problem with him personally. I'm just telling you, he's never going to win a Super Bowl. I'm just telling you, there's no way he will ever win a Super Bowl because he's literally a running back playing quarterback. Anyway, I'm about to go get dinner. I'm starving right now. I think I'm actually going to eat some homemade chili and watch the national championship. That's where I'm headed. There will be 2 new reaction videos up tomorrow. Some cool stuff coming soon. The podcast is in the works. And I'm telling you, Gabriel, he's not going to win a Super Bowl. He's not. He's not good enough to win a Super Bowl. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Deshaun Watson. He's not Josh Allen. He's not good enough. Now, if you move him to running back, he could be great. As a quarterback, he is not good enough to win a Super Bowl. Thank you very much for your time. Maybe I'm just extra mad today because of what happened yesterday to my Titans. I do need to react. I need to listen to more Postmodern Jukebox. I haven't had them on the channel in a while. Maybe we'll get to that this week. Hey, 2 new videos tomorrow. A lot of cool stuff going on. Thank you guys for joining me for the 3rd ever Monday Night Live. Check out my videos tomorrow. Thank you guys. Take it in, soak it up. Bye, everybody. Hit the wrong button. Bye, everybody.